doink. I was not doink. Anyways, Raw was something else. I think the whole big news out of Raw from last night was, well, one, Brock Lesnar was on the show. They announced that he was going to be on the show, I think, a couple hours before Raw started. And then also, Mr. John Cena, everybody. We know that John Cena was rumored to possibly be off of WWE Crown Jewel. And last night, they pretty much confirmed it. After Bobby Lashley took on Finn Balor, man, this was just odd. Baron Corbin basically said that John Cena never really qualified, and that Bobby Lashley was going to take his spot. And I just kind of thought it was kind of awkward how it kind of came about. But yes, Bobby Lashley is going to take John Cena's spot. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't this originally a battle royal?
What? His spot?
The World Cup thing. Or am I?
No, it was a tournament.
It was always a tournament? Okay.
Yeah, the battle royal was to determine the whole spot that Corbin was supposed to win.
Okay, all right, gotcha. Okay, man, I got a little bit confused there. So when they did announce the tournament spots, I was kind of caught off guard there, where wasn't really sure. I didn't know it was actually a tournament. I thought it was just a kind of like a battle royal. So they did announce the matches for last night for the Crown Jewel tournament, and they're right here on the screen. You have Seth Rollins taking on Bobby Lashley in the first round. You have Kurt Angle taking on Dolph Ziggler in the first round, and that's on the Raw side. Over on the SmackDown side, you have Jeff Hardy taking on The Miz, and you have Rey Mysterio taking on Randy Orton. Now, here's the kind of the twist to it all, and I know we're going to touch on SmackDown, but Shane McMahon did a little bit of an interesting proposition last night and said, or tonight, excuse me, that if anybody on the SmackDown Live brand loses to the Raw side, they are no longer welcomed on the SmackDown Live brand. So Shane McMahon saying basically, if you lose in this tournament to a Raw competitor in the finals, you are fired. So that's going to be definitely interesting to see if they what goes down if actually a guy from SmackDown moves to Raw. So, hey, what's up, Danny? How you doing tonight, man? Welcome to the show. Your pop figurines are on the way, my friend. Appreciate your patience. I'm going to take this off for a little bit. So I can read the comments a little bit more and a little bit better. So
Randy going to Raw, yo.
Yes, Randy going to Raw, yo. That's a big possibility. So let's just jump right into Raw, because to me last night's Raw was very not very good. We had Baron Corbin open up the show and talking about the Universal title. Baron Corbin says he kind of, I don't know, man. He kind of buried, I don't know if you say bury Baron Corbin, but it was kind of poor taste of how he mentioned his cancer and all that stuff. But I see why he did it. He kind of was genuine towards Roman Reigns and then had to become that heel. Was touching on Crown Jewel, which is this Friday. Baron introduces Brock Lesnar. And of course, Paul Heyman interrupts him and says he'll take it from here. Paul talks about the match with Braun at Crown Jewel and how he'll destroy him at the event and become champion once again. And that's when we saw Braun Strowman finally come down to the ring. He ends up putting his hands on Baron Corbin. And while he is distracted handling Baron Corbin for some odd reason, he turns around and gets an F5 from Brock Lesnar. So if you want to go with the wrestling, 101, usually the guy that goes over before the pay-per-view usually does not win. So in this case, you would think Braun Strowman would be your favorite to come out of Crown Jewel as the champion. So I'm not really absolutely sure if you saw the opening segment, Dave.
Yeah,
but
I did.
What did you think of the opening segment? And I know we might as well make our predictions for tonight. Who do you have leaving Crown Jewel as the WWE champion?
To me, I don't think that really has as much weight anymore as it used to. Just because someone gets beat up before, that means they're going to win the title.
Right.
Because we've seen it happen different ways. But you know what? I think Alex tweeted about it last night that without Roman, we really don't have. Yes, people are going to say Strowman's a star. I get that, but Brock Lesnar, I could see walking away with the title, just because Roman's out for from foreseeable future for now, and so why not give it back to Brock? I mean, I don't like the idea, but not to talk anything bad about Roman, but when he did the Universal title really mean much more when it was just because it was on TV? To it, did it do much difference for it? Not really, in my opinion. It wasn't much difference than just the same old matches we were getting, even without the title on TV. So it was no difference than what with the title being on TV. So I could honestly see it happening. And plus, if Vince wants to pay Brock more money to stay in the WWE over UFC, because who knows if that fight's even going to happen now. But, I mean, so yeah, I could see it happening. I didn't care for the opening segment because it's like, been there, done that. We've seen Braun and Brock go at it time and time again in these segments before. So it's really like nothing special anymore because we've seen it.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm just ready for Crown Jewel to be over with, to be honest with you. And last night the main event was the Brothers of Destruction and Shawn and Triple H supposedly supposed to face off, and we'll get into that. And I was not interested in it at all, and I'm a big HBK guy. So
you weren't interested in the real main event last night?
What's up, Bliss? How you doing tonight, dude? What's the
Lucha House Party beating the
Lucha.
Revival?
Wow, dude! What cereal did the Revival piss in, dude? Like, goddamn seriously, they lose to the Lucha House Party, a tag team that is not even on the fucking Raw roster technically. They're making their debut for what? That to me was like, all right, we're gonna
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween, I guess. Let's put some luchadors out there because it's Halloween on Wednesday. And oh yeah, let's just have them beat one of the best tag teams that Raw has. It's not like they went out there and beat the B team. They went out there and beat well, I mean, they haven't looked credible as of late, but a credible tag team. Like, what is that? What was the point of that? Oh, Bliss, you missed the costume, dude. You missed the costume, bro. I was wearing one. You just missed it, though. I'll put it on before the show ends. So, yeah, any thoughts on that, Dave? Like, what is going on with the Revival?
I have no idea. They pissed someone off because it's like, wow, they get their tag match and get knocked out of it. Then they lose a good match. But did they really? But seriously, did they really lose the Lucha House Party last night, Tony? Did they really lose?
They lost more than just a match. They lost dignity. They lost pride. They lost a lot of probably respect to a lot of people.
To be fair, Lucha House Party, people can hate the name and hate the group, but they're entertaining guys. They do some sweet and fun moves to watch in the ring. There's no question about that. But yeah, I mean, for some reason they debuted on Raw, and for some odd reason they beat one of your top tag teams. So are they transferring to Raw now since what 205 Live they got Mike and Maria, so they get the Raw gets Lucha House Party as a trade?
Man, I have no idea what's going on there, but it's just ridiculous. They could have had them. I mean, I can understand them beating the B team. Kind of a comedy act of a tag team that's not taken very much serious. But the Revival, man, that's a little bit kind of extreme to me. That's just a little bit. That's to me something's up backstage with the Revival. I could be overthinking it, but that's just you don't just have Lucha House Party go in there and beat one of your best tag teams. And I understand Bob Ruski puts injury prone, and that's true. They had opportunities, and twice I believe they got injured. Was it the same guy that got hurt, or was it each one of them got hurt?
Metalik. Oh, he's saying some other fucker. That's what. Brad Metalik, the king of the ropes. Yeah.
I like that description of him though. Some other fucker. That's a pretty damn good description of him. That's funny. They bring in 205 back to Raw already. I don't know. I honestly think what Dave said might have been true. It's because it was Halloween on Wednesday, and they maybe were selling masks at the show, and they wanted to sell more. I don't know.
Maybe they do this though because maybe they feel like Raw is kind of missing a little bit too right now with plus Rowan being gone. You add some cruiserweights to do some high spots on Raw, maybe to make it a little more exciting again. Because Raw really is kind of
Okay.
you still got that cloud hanging over Raw. You really do, because it's still like,
Yeah, and as much as we wanted to bitch and moan and complain about Roman Reigns, like he was a huge part of Raw, and it seems to me that without Roman Reigns, WWE doesn't really know what they want to do right now, and that's why they're bringing in the Lucha House Party, and they're bringing in just just random acts of stuff each week. And Brock Lesnar coming back, I mean, he got a pretty nice little pop there when he came back. So, like you said, Dave, if Vince McMahon doesn't 100% believe in Braun Strowman yet, I can absolutely see Brock Lesnar winning that title again. Absolutely.
even if he does, who does he put against Braun Strowman if he wins the title?
Well, the
Drew
rumors,
McIntyre.
yeah, well, that's the rumors right now. The rumors have been running wild that, and Drew McIntyre even said it last night on Raw that, hey, Brock, hey, Strowman, after that title match, I'm going to be looking for you guys. So,
Yeah, but do we, even though all of us might really like Drew McIntyre, do we honestly believe that they would let him beat Braun or Brock right now? I would say no.
it depends on what direction Vince McMahon wants to go. If right now we have SmackDown Live, we have a face champion with AJ Styles, who's been the champion for quite some time. 94 title defenses AJ Styles has had. I just saw that today on Twitter. Just FYI, everybody. 94 title defenses. I think only 10 or 11 have been on TV though.
That's good though. It's more than
And
Brock.
he's never main evented. Never main evented, which is kind of sad. Which is kind of sad.
That's not true though. I think because didn't him and Jinder main event like when he beat him for the title? So I guess that wasn't technically a title defense.
Yeah, he's never defended a title in the main event. I could be wrong, but that's a shame, man.
It is. It's like the CM Punk thing, when it was who was the champ? Was it Roman or whatever the champion, or who? Not Roman, but I can't remember who the other champion was. But yeah, it was a Rock and Cena thing. I think that's what it was. But yeah, he wasn't main eventing WrestleMania, and everyone was complaining that CM Punk is the real main event and all that. Which it was sad because kind of the same situation going on with AJ right now because he's not main eventing nothing.
Well, I mean, out of all those pay-per-views that the WWE has had in the last year since he's been the champ, you would have thought maybe he would at least main evented just one pay-per-view, just one. But no, not at all. That's just weird to me. So we had Finn Balor take on Bobby Lashley last night on Raw. Lio Rush is being his annoying self. But here's what I got out of this. Because after the match, Bobby Lashley starts holding Finn Balor, and Leo is just giving it to Balor verbally. And then he slaps him. So a light bulb went off in my head.
Oh, boy.
And I said, what if you have Finn Balor show up on 205 Live and challenge Lio Rush? Or maybe he attacks him on 205 Live. And then you can have your transition to Balor to 205 Live, which I've been asking for the last couple of months already.
So you can have Lashley in there too and help him out?
You can have Lashley be Lio Rush's manager, and he can cheer on Lio Rush on the microphone. How about that?
I don't think we want Lashley on the microphone.
But Lashley. That's all I can hear every time I see Lio Rush's face. I mean, I guess he's doing a good job at his gimmick, but any thoughts about that? Do you think, is this going to lead up to anything with Lio Rush and Finn Balor?
I hope it's not on 205 Live because that'd be terrible for. But would it be honestly what he's doing now? Would it really be that terrible if he went to? I mean, seriously, he's not doing nothing. I mean, he's getting beat up by Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush, and now he technically won the match, but yet Bobby Lashley is now in the the best in the world tournament.
Yeah, the World Cup. The World Cup of. It's just going to be interesting to see what they do with Bobby Lashley because he's also another guy who's hurt. We've read that. We did not touch on that over the weekend, but was one of the other rumors I forgot to touch on that. Apparently he's hurt. and he's also wrestling with an injury, and he's
Jeez.
has a very interesting opening match with Seth Rollins. So that's going to be a very good match, and I'm looking forward to that. And after that, we had Baron Corbin tells Bobby because of what he did to Finn, he's going to put him into the World Cup and replace John Cena. I think everybody knows why. John Cena is going to be replaced because he does not
I
feel
think we
comfortable
know.
going to Saudi Arabia. But okay, to be honest with you, if you think about it, John Cena has a lot at stake. Not only, I mean, just career wise, is acting and
Come
all
on,
that stuff. I can understand why John Cena kind of backed
it's
out.
not. It's not about his being busy.
It's not about being busy. No, not at all. It's about his career. He doesn't want
No, I
people.
think.
He doesn't want to be asked the questions. He doesn't want it to be a negative mark on his resume of he went to Saudi and wrestled. All this backlash from John Cena could happen, and he would get it in multiple ways, not just from wrestling fans, but from the acting community, his acting fans, the movie critics, the directors, all this stuff. They could hold a grudge against John Cena for what he did. You know how the world is these days, Dave.
Yeah, but also what John Cena stands for too, and it makes perfect sense. And if the two guys in the WWE can say we're not going, it's those two guys. They have the clout in the poll to say, hey, they're big enough stars where they can come out and say, hey, if you take a guy, some smaller guys that are like who aren't that high up on the totem pole in WWE right now, which Daniel Bryan and John Cena are pretty high up there.
Well, to be honest, I mean, we can all openly say this, that probably 85-90% of the roster are probably 50-50 on the whole situation about going over there, I'm sure. And if they were legitimately probably worried for their life or scared, I'm sure they would tell Vince McMahon. But I'm sure in the back of their mind, they're scared to tell Vince, hey, I'm not comfortable in doing this. And then they're ruining their shot at any type of, potential push that they may get. And you're absolutely right that John Cena, he could tell Vince whatever the fuck he wants. And Vince will probably say, okay, Daniel Bryan, same situation. Now, it's just interesting to see that Vince McMahon comes out and says, hey, if you're not comfortable with going to Saudi Arabia, tell us now and you don't have to go. And to me, that should tell the roster, if you're not comfortable, say something, you don't have to go. And it looks like everybody who's going seems to be comfortable with it.
Yeah, but I think if you're going and don't have that kind of
Michael Berry,
I don't know what I'm looking for, maybe that kind of relationship with Vince McMahon that maybe a Daniel Bryan and a John Cena have. Do you really feel like you want to say, hey, I don't want to do the show? Okay. Does he look at that like okay, you want to do this show?
Seth Rollins could go up to Vince and say, hey, I'm not feeling comfortable with this. I think I'm going to step out. And I think Seth Rollins would be okay.
Yeah, but those two guys.
Now,
go ahead.
And who else is in the tournament, or who else is having a match that could be in jeopardy of losing some type of a push that they're currently having? The Bar. I don't see the Miz I don't see the Miz having an issue. Randy, Ray, or Jeff.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Yeah, there are guys who are on the show. I get what you're saying, but I think the two guys who are saying they don't want to do it are two guys because of their, I guess,
beliefs.
Yeah, and plus how they are portrayed and what they believe in, and so like you're saying, their beliefs.
That's very true, Jeffrey Cross.
That makes sense why they wouldn't want to do it.
Good point there.
What they stand for, and plus Daniel Bryan has a girl too, so maybe that probably has a lot to do with it too.
Oh, Alex is not here with us tonight. I should have taken him off the co-host bar. Let's go look at these some of the comments here. See, I saw Architect says Sami Zayn refused to go last time. That's absolutely true. John Cena's acting career is going in the complete opposite of The Rock's career. Damn. Well, so far, yeah. But John Cena is no Rock, And go ahead.
John Cena. I was just say John Cena. The Marine. Yes, we all been there. The Marine sucked. We get it. The Marine movie sucked with John Cena. But John Cena has made some appearances in other movies that have been pretty damn funny. And it depends what kind of comedy you like. If you like that dry humor cup of comedy like a lot of us do, then you would enjoy some of John Cena's movies that he's put out there. They're actually really entertaining.
Yeah, thank you, Bob Aruski and Architect for monitoring the chat room and getting rid of all these porn bots tonight. Appreciate you guys being on that tonight. Thank you guys. Yeah, so just in case you guys don't know, if you are fellow periscopers, you can assign monitors to your chat room, and they can moderate your chat and kick trolls and assholes and dickheads out of your chat room. So they've been very, very on it the last couple of shows, and I do really, really appreciate that. All right. Oh, Bliss Side says John Cena ain't never been no tooth fairy though. Yeah,
Larry the Cable Guy has.
yeah, good point. Yeah. All right. So last night we got a 10 women tag match. And I saw a lot of people bitching and moaning, oh, back to the regular old tag team matches for the women after we just get this whole big old Evolution pay-per-view. But if you think about it, how big was it for these ladies to be in the ring with Lita and Trish Stratus? You know, they may not be high on our Richter scale and different reasons, I mean, sure, other reasons they might be, but these ladies probably idolized these two ladies, probably wanted to, become champion like these ladies. So, I don't see too much of a problem with the match. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I seen the match and it wasn't bad, I guess, but I mean, it was cool to see Trish and Lita wrestle on Raw again. Yeah, and it seems like maybe they're not going anywhere. Maybe it's weird having two Hall of Famers wrestle on. I mean, it's weird when you have that. It's like, okay, why are you doing this? It's kind of strange, but yeah, I mean, but also it's like Trish and Lita were big, but they're also in a time in WWE when women's wrestling wasn't really looked at as the greatest either. So I mean, I guess it is what it is.
Are you saying, Dave, if I'm getting, I could be reading you wrong. Are you saying that Trish and Lita aren't as great as they hyped up to be?
I don't think they like in the. I mean, Lita was
good. Have a good night, man.
But Trish, definitely not. I mean, it's not like it's Bull Nakano and Medusa out there. I mean, it's not like it's that.
Wow. Okay. So, are you going on the record and saying Trish is overrated?
Just like her mini-me, yeah.
And who's her mini-me?
Alexa Bliss. Come on.
Oh, wow, man, that's crazy. You think Trish Stratus is overrated? Okay. I mean, all right.
As a wrestler, yes. I mean, let's be real. We know the two biggest reasons why she got over so well, but we won't go there.
Oh, it was her smile, right, Dave? It was her smile.
Yeah, her two big smiles. Yeah.
So next we had an Elias segment. Elias says he's the living truth. Red Sox says I agree. Oh wow. All right, you got some people who agree with you. So I mean, I can't say that it's a little bit. I don't know, because like you said, the women's division was bad back in the day.
Yeah, but when you think of wrestling, women's wrestling, who do you think is a better wrestler? Someone like Ivory was Ivory's kind of, because she went from being a TV star / wrestler, but like a Molly Holly, people like that who never got the recognition that they deserved as good wrestlers, and
DX even mentioned her in the chat. He said Molly Holly is underrated. That's crazy.
She was, exactly, because just because she wasn't blonde and had two big beautiful eyes, I mean she didn't get her due. Really, I mean, Ivory was good too. She got a lot better in the ring, but yeah, I mean, if you want to consider Ivory, but you can look at Ivory because she was on that show Glow.
Victoria was good. I was a Victoria fan. I liked Victoria.
Yeah, she was good too.
Back in the day, yeah. Back in the day, it was all about the puppies. Yep, that is absolutely true.
I mean, most over stars in the Attitude Era back then was Deborah McMichael, because she used to take her shirt off.
Yeah, that's very true. So Elias segment. Elias says it did feel good to hit Corbin with the guitar. Says he has a song and he's going to give Corbin one right to his face. And so that's when he goes backstage and looks for Baron Corbin. Dana Brooke approaches him and asks him if he can play a song for her. Elias says, no. For you, no. That's what I thought was funny, man. Elias killed it. Elias tells Corbin to shut his mouth, and Corbin slams the door on him, and that's when we get a Jinder Mahal attack from behind on Elias randomly. We haven't seen Jinder Mahal in quite some time on Raw. So then we get Elias versus Jinder Mahal. Elias picks up the win. Any thoughts on this, Dave? And we can move on to the triple threat tag match.
I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, Elias showing more and more that he can be a really good face, and it's working. When he said give him one to the face, I thought he was going to go hit him with a guitar again. So that's what I was expecting. But oh well. But yeah, it was entertaining. I liked it, and yeah, Elias is really it's working. But I don't understand. It's like they're losing heels by making more. It's like Dean Ambrose turns heel, and now they lose like a face. Bobby Lashley's heel now. I mean, it's just they don't know where they're going.
They don't know where they're going. They're definitely
It's
they're
like
lost.
they're turning everyone.
They're
It's
lost
so
right
confusing.
now. Yeah, they're
so
definitely on direction wise. This Roman Reigns stuff has really hit WWE hard. Like they don't know what direction they want to go. Thank you, Dr. Hughes, for the soup parts. Really appreciate it.
Let me ask you this really quick about you talked about Dana Brooke. At first, maybe it was just me. I didn't know that was Dana Brooke. I'm like, who is that?
She looked different from the side view a little bit.
I guess she'll just look different. I guess I'm used to her in a different way, I guess, but it just didn't look like her at first. I was like, oh, I guess that's Dana Brooke.
Okay.
But I was like, so many blondes, can't tell them apart.
I was just asking earlier tonight where Jinder has been. Says Budweiser. Yeah, Jinder hadn't been on Raw in quite some time. I think maybe he's been busy with the so serious Mixed Match Challenge, everybody. Oh, give me a break with that bullshit. We had the triple threat tag match with Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, AOP, and the Ascension. And I tweeted out last night, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are not an official tag team until they get matching robes. They get matching robes, then they are an official tag team in my eyes. But surprisingly, out of this triple threat match, Chad Gable and Bobby Roode get the win. And Michael Cole kept typing it up. He never mentioned why, but he kept saying, this is a huge match because of what happened last week on Raw, referring to, I guess, Ambrose and Rollins. But he never, unless I missed it, clarified why it was a huge match. Maybe a number one contenders match. I'm not really sure.
Maybe because AOP was in it.
Maybe. But Bobby Roode and Chad Gable get the win. After the match, the Ascension attack them, beat the shit out of them, and to look strong still. But yeah, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable get the win.
I think it was AOP.
No, Bobby Roode wins. Bobby Roode.
But I think wasn't AOP who attacked everybody?
Who did I say? The Ascension? Sorry, the AOP attacked and kicked everybody's ass.
I couldn't see the Ascension doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Chad Gable, Bobby Roode, tag title shot?
It wouldn't matter. I mean, it's so weird. What the hell are they doing with the tag titles now? Are they gonna go Seth and Ambrose for the IC title feud now, and then just
I'm gonna touch on that because after that match, we did have Seth Rollins call out Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I see.
Seth says he thanks everyone for sending their support to Roman Reigns. Seth said he should be here standing with Dean as tag team champions right now, but Dean stabbed him in the back. Seth says Dean couldn't let go of when Seth betrayed the Shield 4 years ago. Seth says he doesn't know the real reason, only Dean would tell us. Seth calls Dean out to tell everyone why he did what he did, and that's when we see Dean Ambrose finally show up, but it shows up in the crowd. Seth tells Dean to come down into the ring and face him like a man to explain, and Dean just stares with him with that evil, ugly grin on his face. Seth calls him a cold-hearted bastard, says on the night Roman had to leave because of his sickness, he tries to make it all about him. Says he's going to make Dean's life a living hell and calls him a lunatic. Ooh, such harsh words. Seth says he's coming over there to beat the answer out of him. And right before Seth could jump over to the crowd, Dean Ambrose walks away. So Dean Ambrose just sat there pretty much quiet, doesn't say a word. But I still enjoyed the segment. I actually kind of liked Dean Ambrose not saying anything. What did you think of it?
I liked it too. One thing, look, Rollins is good on the mic. He's a good talker and all that. I know it's not his fault they had to do this, but I just don't like the fact that he had to bring up Roman's leukemia during this promo. I just don't like that. I mean, they're trying to make it part of the story, which I don't like them making someone's real sickness a part of a storyline, which is kind of, to me, it's kind of poor taste. But
Hmm.
other than that, I liked Ambrose not saying anything. I mean, he didn't have to say it. It reminded me of when Chris Jericho came back with the light up jacket. He went in the ring and he ran across back and forth, and when he smiled, and he just walked away. I mean, it kind of reminded me of that, and I was like, okay, I like what he's doing, and I like how Rollins said that if Dean doesn't want to be found, you won't find him. So I mean, yeah, that's why no one can get a hold of him. It's weird because Renee Young's kind of caught in the middle on this commentary
Yeah,
table.
you hear
So
Michael Cole. He was like, Dean Ambrose is such a, I can't remember what he called him. I'm like, he's calling him right in front of Renee, and she's just standing there not saying anything. I'm like, it would be cool if she kind of maybe defended him every once in a while. That would be interesting to see if
I
she
think
did that.
Ambrose is going to cost Rollins his match against Lashley.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do because yeah, that's about to touch on that right now, DX. Thank you, Bliss, for inviting your followers. Appreciate that, bro. If you didn't notice, neither one had the tag titles. Not
Yep.
Seth nor Dean. So they didn't mention it on Raw. And like I said during the triple threat, they kept referring to this match to being such a huge and big deal, but they didn't ever really said why it was. And then you have on the next segment, no tag titles coming out with Rollins and Ambrose. Do you think they dropped the titles?
I would. I mean, I guess that's what they could do, but they should decide, like, hey, if you guys aren't going to be a tag team, then or they're just going to strip them of the titles and create a tournament. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the tag titles. I mean, that's an interesting story going forward. And look, are people interested in this feud because it's reversed? I guess they are, because instead Rollins is the face and Ambrose is the heel now. But to
Mm.
me, it's still kind of the same thing. I mean, it's like, oh, Rollins said the exact same thing Dean Ambrose said to him. He's like, I'm going to make your life a living hell. I mean, that's the same thing Dean Ambrose said to him when Rollins turned on them. I mean, it's just like, we're going to rehash the same thing, but just have it said in reverse. So it's like, okay, I'm not really that excited about the suit. I'm excited about Dean Ambrose as a heel, yes, but I'm just not excited about Rollins and Ambrose again.
Okay, fair enough. I think Budweiser agreed with you too as well. He said that same thing in the chat room. He said he doesn't see the hype. It's basically the same feud that we've seen before. So, again, thank you everybody for sharing the product. Thank you everybody for inviting your followers. Appreciate that. Don't forget we are also live on YouTube. If you don't want to watch us on Periscope, we're live on YouTube over at the Get the Tables podcast. If you also subscribe, you'll be able to be in the giveaway that we will doing this weekend. So if you guys go over there, pop over there, hit that subscribe button, and comment the video that we do on Saturday, which will be our Crown Jewel post show. You'll be in the giveaway, which will be a WWE T-shirt of your choosing. But we have one little rule: Bob Aruski will not be in this one because he won the last giveaway, and neither will Danny, who won the Patreon giveaway. So we're gonna try to get someone new who hasn't won the giveaway yet. So I'm sure Bob Aruski's okay with that because he got his little Roman Reigns T-shirt. But you could be next. All you got to do is go to Get the Tables podcast over on the YouTubes and hit that subscribe button. We're so close, everybody. We're almost at 90 subscribers. So you could be our 90th subscriber if you just go over there and hit that subscribe button. And also, if you're new to the show tonight, if you don't mind, please hit that follow button. I would really appreciate that. It's rigged, says Red Sox fan. Yep, totally rigged. We'd really appreciate that. We go live Tuesdays and Saturday night. Our Saturday night shows are obviously our shoot the shit. We touch on everything. Touch on Raw, not Raw, excuse me. Touch on WWE, NXT, SmackDown Live. God damn, what am I saying? NXT, 205 Live, Impact Wrestling, and whatever wrestling rumors or news that are going around town. We touch on our Saturday night show. What do you subscribe for YouTube? What do you subscribe for YouTube? I'm not really sure what you mean. Do you send to Oz? Me. Yeah. Australia? Yeah. I will send to Australia. Doesn't matter where you're at or live.
Hey,
I
we'll
will
send Oz and the Yellow Brick Road too.
I will send it your way. That's not a problem. I pay for the shipping. I pay for all that. So you win the giveaway, you get the free T-shirt. So let's move on to the next match, which was Nia Jax and Ember Moon. I touched on this on Sunday night that I would be interested in a feud between these two ladies, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen yet.
It was weird. Let's talk about that promo they did. It really seemed like they're kind of doing like make it Nia heel because, which obviously they're going that route because the way the interviewer kind of cut her off a little bit. Oh, let's bring in someone who is what like lightning on Sunday. Even though you won it, let's bring in Ember Moon. It's like that was some disrespect like crazy right there.
Yeah. And it's just weird how what they're doing with Nia Jax. I'm not sure if she is actually a face or a heel yet. I know the perception is that she's going to turn heel because she's supposed to be facing Ronda yet, but doesn't mean that she has to turn Ronda heel right away because she's not facing her anytime soon because we got the huge announcement last night on Raw as well. But, you know, they could keep her face just for a little bit longer and they didn't turn her heel, you know, after Survivor Series.
If they do want to go tag titles, though, I mean, I said this, I think, I don't remember when I said it, maybe a week or so ago, but I would not mind seeing Tamina and Nia Jax team up. And it seems like we could get that way that
and that would be an unstoppable force right there. Bob Ruski, would you mind putting or get the our YouTube channel into the chat room if you don't mind, or Dave if you don't mind putting it in there? So RD0512 could go over there and subscribe to us. I'd really appreciate that. I should probably put it up on our screen next time. I have our Twitter handles, so please go follow us on that Twitter as well. But if you want to go follow us on YouTube, I'm sure one of these guys will put it in the chat room for you. Yeah, so what did you think of the match?
It was okay. Nothing to write home about. I mean, Tamina came out and then
yeah, what's what Bob Russi wants to touch on. Tamina, after the match, comes down, kind of just stares at Nia, gives her a little smirk, and then walks away. They are familiar. They got those family ties, and it would be interesting to see, like you said, if they do eventually team up. Could Tamina be that kind of manager role for Nia Jax, or do you think they would?
A manager. I think make them a tag team. You know why not? Because they keep teasing. We've even seen pictures online that at Evolution they even said, "Oh, they're passing out fans to hold up these women tag team title signs and all that." Mm-hmm. They keep mentioning all these tag teams, so why not? And they keep kind of teasing teams. Like look at last night. Also, we had a 5-women tag team match. Yes, it's not a tag match, but it's still they're still teasing all these teams. So right. With this, I mean, I think Tamina and Nia if they do women tag team titles, that would be amazing as those two.
And then also, plus with the whole, with Ronda teaming up a lot lately, and then you have with the Riot Squad, so you do have tag teams that they could, eventually go on.
Even on SmackDown, they keep adding like Naomi and Asuka as a tag team.
Right.
They keep doing that little stuff, and with someone like Ronda Rousey on Raw as your women's champion, that leaves a lot of women with nothing to go for. So I mean, give them something.
Absolutely, yeah, you're absolutely right. So, again, thank you everybody in the chat room for joining us. So everybody in the chat, tell everybody where you're from. I was curious to see because I think we have some foreigners in the chat. I'm curious to see where everybody is from, so everybody can know Friday what time Crown Jewel starts in your neck of the woods. Over on the East Coast, it'll start at a noon time. I think 11 Eastern is the pre-show, right? Correct. And then we have it's a 4-hour, or is it a 5-hour, or is it 6 hours? I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Well, at least take an hour for the main event to happen, which would be Taker, Shawn, Triple H, and Kane walking down the ring. That'll at least take an hour.
Always will prove if they'll get better or if they'll fuck themselves again. A little Hutton Haiti says Bliss, Maryland, Jeffrey Cross, Philadelphia. Nice. So appreciate everybody joining us on this late evening over on the East Coast time. We're going to wrap up our Raw review and get over to SmackDown Live because we got a huge title defense over on SmackDown Live tonight. So also, we had Dolph Ziggler taking on Apollo Crews. We already touched on the Lucha House Party stuff. Dolph Ziggler took on Apollo Crews. And I mentioned it over and over again, man. Apollo Crews is a guy that they fucking dropped the ball with. And I'm excuse my language, but they totally dropped the ball with Apollo Crews. Dude has 100% potential. Needed a little bit more time to find himself in NXT. Actually kind of evolve into some type of a character. I think Bob Ruski tweeted me that last night. He needed some more time in NXT. He wasn't there for a minute, and he was already brought up to the main roster. And
you know what?
He just hasn't been given that opportunity.
You know what they could do? They need to put him with like Lashley and Leo Rush because a mouthpiece would be perfect for Cruz. It really would be.
Yeah,
it would be perfect.
absolutely. I actually kind of agree with you there because I think if they did match him up with Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley, that could be imagine them as a tag team. Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews. Imagine how that would work. You have the strength and Bobby Lashley, and then you have the aerial assault and strength also from Apollo Crews. So that could actually work out.
You could have the new powers of pain.
Hey, I've said it before, DX. If Buddy Murphy's 205, Apollo Crews could be 205. Put that man on 205 Live, man. Put Finn Balor on 205 Live. But what'd you think of the Ziggler and Apollo match? What'd you think of that?
It was okay. I mean, it was nothing to write home about. It was,
all right. Let's get to this ending of Raw last night.
Speaking of that made no sense, but yeah.
Same could be said for Ty, too. Quickly moved up now to really a character. Yeah, they moved up Ty because of the fucking Royal Rumble, basically.
Come on.
Ty Dillinger. It's the Royal Rumble. Perfect opportunity to get to 10.
Let's be fair, though, about Ty Dillinger. He was in NXT forever. He deserved, even though he never gets used on SmackDown, but still, he deserved to get called up because he, just like Tyler Breeze before him, they were both in NXT forever. And when they finally, even though both of them are being used right now, but still, I think Ty did get called up.
Tyler Breeze isn't getting used enough to where he's twitching on a daily basis. That shows you that he has so much time on his hands that he can freaking twitch every day.
Look at Sanity. Did we get one women's match tonight on SmackDown?
No.
Yeah, see, we got a segment. Yeah.
What about No Way Jose? Absolutely, DX. Where's our boy, No Way Jose? Another guy that's not being used.
He wrestles on Main Event every week.
So we got the Brothers of Destruction come out, and I'm telling you, man, this promo by The Undertaker and Kane made me want to fucking go to sleep. It's just like, really, guys?
So, Tony, did it make you want to rest in peace?
It did. And I don't want to go the political route because we kind of went over that on Saturday Night Show. But, honestly, if Kane being the mayor, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten any kind of political backlash and hasn't had anybody tell him to possibly, might want to rethink this. And especially since he just won, last month or so, becoming the mayor of Tennessee, not Tennessee, but I can't remember the city in Tennessee. But
yeah, it's what is it? Isn't it Tennessee? I think it is Tennessee. It's a different county, but yeah, it's not Tennessee.
I can't remember the county that he won, but it's just weird that I would have thought, being the guy that he is, maybe he's not worried about it, that he would have thought a little bit of backlash since Vince McMahon and even Linda McMahon was kind of getting a little bit of heat over it. But obviously, I guess he has gotten zero. Undertaker talks about when it's someone's time to be taken by the Reaper, says that they will be they will take the beaten souls of DX for the first time and the last time into the gates of hell. Undertaker says it will be slow and painful. Says it will be the end of the DX era. Kane says tonight they want to be face to face with DX right now. Undertaker says that they will take their souls for eternity, and that's when you hear DX music hit and you see Triple H come out, but no Shawn Michaels, because he sneaks up from behind and then attacks the Undertaker and hits him with some sweet chin music. And that's when the Undertaker sits up. And
Michael Cole with the classic line.
What'd he say? I can't remember.
Now that's some old DX.
It's Knoxville. It's Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, it really is the old DX. How could Undertaker not see the light shining off of Shawn Michaels' bald head. I mean,
Hey,
seriously, if you
how
ask me,
about
I
that
call him
super
bald head.
kick though? How about that damn super kick though? That's all I gotta say about that. I should have took a
I think
screenshot of that.
he
Oh,
probably, yeah,
friendly reminder, everybody, just in case you forgot. The Street Profits won the Evolve Tag Team titles over the weekend.
hey,
Just
not only them
guys,
though, give the other
yeah,
guys some credit too.
Fabian Archer also won the Evolve World title. Red Sox and I were talking about that last night on Twitch. I was twitching last
That's
night. He came into the chat.
interesting.
But yeah, this in case you guys forgot, the Street Profits who do not and will never lose to the Lucha House Party. I'll tell you that.
Next week on Evolve, Open Challenge, Lucha House Party beats the Street Profits.
Oh Lord, they become the new Evolve Tag Team Champions. The crazy thing is too that Fabian Archer beat Shane Strickland, and I was talking to
Yeah,
Red Sox fan that maybe we'll see some cross action. It'd be cool to see Strickland in NXT, but he said he doesn't think that will be happening.
yeah, I
They
don't
should
either
start a
because
faction with Lashley, Rush, Cruz, No Way Jose. It'll be perfect for them and Lashley. I mean,
isn't
I would
Strickland? Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I would say, isn't Strickland still a part of Lucha Underground?
I'm not sure. I'm sure Red Sox or Bob Ruski
I
or
believe he
someone
is.
in the chat
So
room would know that.
I could be wrong though, but I know he was allowed to work the Impact versus Lucha, but that's different. And this Evolve event isn't technically a WE event, so maybe that's why they could do that.
What did you think of the Twizzlers commercial with Bliss and the B team? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I haven't seen that yet. I missed it. I haven't watched it yet. I heard it was pretty good. Is it funny? Bob Maruski says next network tier Evolve. Yeah. WC
Look at
Miller
that.
says yeah, kill shot. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because it's not crazy that your world champion and your tag champion are all both in NXT. I mean, that's what's great. Are we going to see them? I'm not sure we would see this happen, but is there? Do you? I want to know if anyone thinks we ever see the Street Profits and what Fabian Archer, you said his name was,
mhm.
show up on NXT with those titles. I mean, that would be huge cross promotion for Evolve.
Red Sox fan says I think he signed long term with MLW. I think Red Sox fan mentioned that last night that
Oh, okay.
he thinks he signed long term. So I mean, you never know. I guess you can never say never with
Because
with these deals, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the Street Profits. But I didn't mean to kind of move off course with the whole Raw and SmackDown. It was just being a
that's
little asshole.
no.
Eichner. It's not Archer. Eichner. That's
Oh,
right. Fabian Eichner. I always get his name messed up. Thank you, Miller. Appreciate that, dude. Is Gargano a heel now? That's what it's looking like. Now, let's get to what you thought of the ending of Raw, and we can give our ratings for Raw as well.
I could have done without it because it's like, do we really have to see the? No offense, I'm an Undertaker fan, and I even like Triple H. But do we really need to see these four old guys out there again closing the show? I mean, couldn't you have closed it with something better? I mean, you didn't have McIntyre wrestle, you didn't have Rollins or Ambrose have a match. I mean, geez, it's like, oh, we're up against Monday Night Football, screw it. I mean, that's what it seemed like. They just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, it seemed to me like they kind of melded in last night because they got Crown Jewel coming up on Friday. Evolve was the same area where Riddle
Yep.
was and also some 205 guys. Yeah, so it's good that they're doing this cross promotion. I do hope it leads to maybe Evolve on the network. That'd be awesome, man. Imagine that if they were actually.
Yeah, you would think that's where they're going because why else would you give them your two main titles to help promote and get Evolve? Just imagine that NXT, NXT UK, and then tune in this Saturday for Evolve, whatever number they're going with. I don't know.
Taker and Kane look out of shape. Kane looks bad, man. Kane looks pretty bad. I wouldn't be surprised if Undertaker wrestles the majority of the match on Friday.
I think Kane would. Kane probably is in better wrestling shape than the Undertaker, honestly.
No Effect says it should have ended with Braun and Brock. I actually kind of agree with you on that. What did you think of Raw last night?
That was okay. From what I've seen of it, I've seen most of it. and it was kind of like it didn't really seem like nothing really seemed that interesting to me. Like majorly, like yeah, there was some funny parts with the Elias. There wasn't really a match that really stood out to me last night though either. I mean, it just seems like we're going to Crown Jewel. Here's your 10 women tag. There you go. Boom. I mean, that's all you get for the week. I mean, that's it. I mean, Ronda wasn't there. No, he had Brock for 2 minutes. And
Yes,
yeah,
Zombies. Daniel Bryan is out of WWE Crown Jewel. He will not be at Crown Jewel because of what happened on SmackDown. Because we're about to touch on SmackDown right now. So, what was your rating for Raw, Dave?
I'll give it a 2.5.
2.5. All right, I give SmackDown a 2. Man, it was a bit rough at times to watch. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. And the main event, I'm just ready for these specials to be over, and I hope the next special is not till next year, where
It probably won't be.
so they can finally concentrate on legit stuff. I'm tired of this stuff, man. I'm tired of it.
But I would take, and I've been hearing stuff about this. I'm sure you have that WWE has been taking extra production companies to some of their live events and stuff like that to test out for possible next higher tiers next year for live events. And if you asked me to pick Crown Jewel or Starcade, I would take Starcade in a heartbeat because I'd much rather be watching Starcade live event than this Crown Jewel.
Oh yeah, you actually want a crowd that gives a shit. I mean, in Saudi, they're not. You're going to see guys walking around, and to me, I'm actually kind of curious. When are they going to even say where they're at on Friday? We're here live,
global event.
We're at this global unnamed location from WWE Crown Jewel. Everybody, we cannot say where we're at, but we're here live. We're global. It's like, what the fuck, man?
If we're going to get a stupid promo saying, oh, about how much more farther they're coming with women.
This year, Renee Young will be on commentary, apparently. They're not really sure. They said they're not really sure the details on what she actually has to abide by because of the strict laws there, but it's going to be interesting. How is she going to have to cover her face? Are they ever going to show the announce table at all? Are they going to be behind the fucking backstage area? It's going to be weird.
Yeah, I wonder. Like that makes me wonder: is she going to be there on commentary and have to be like in a full getup or something like that?
I would probably Crown Jewel or Super Showdown. Super Showdown, I would choose more, but Crown Jewel has the better start time. But Super Showdown was not bad. I can't complain too much about that. I don't mind shows that are overseas because I was one of those guys that woke up on 4th of July early and watched the show in Japan. So I'm not going to hate on them having shows overseas in different countries. It's just when they have shows like this and they concentrate is about that special. It just kind of kills the other pay-per-views that are going down. Like Survivor Series, like 2.5 weeks away, I believe. We haven't even been hyped up for that. We only have one match so far.
Yeah, we didn't even really talk about that too much.
We're going to touch on that right now before we get to SmackDown Live. So last night they announced it seems like they're going with the same concept of last year where we're getting champions versus champions because they haven't mentioned it tonight on SmackDown that the U.S. champion will face the IC champion. So if we were going to get that match right now, it would be Seth Rollins taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. So
I wouldn't mind that at all. I know Texas Kid's gonna hate it, but I don't mind it at all. I think it sounds like a great match. I think if they given time, but are they gonna make someone else win the IC title before then? You know, like they did. And so are we gonna have how are we gonna do the tag match?
I mean, are we gonna see a new champion from now till Survivor Series? I don't think so. I think we're actually gonna probably see Rollins and Nakamura.
If they wanted to make it like Miz versus Rollins for title,
right? Yeah. When they said, are they really still using the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown goes head to head tagline? Yes, and that's pretty sad.
The tag teams. We got to have a tag team. What if Rollins and Ambrose are still tag team champ?
I'm gonna answer Red Sox fans' comment where he talked about I can do that but not watch New Japan. All right. I've told this before, and I've said this many, many times, and I've told Alex, and I've probably said it on the show. At least I think I have. Being a New Japan Pro Wrestling fan takes commitment. I mean, extreme commitment. Waking up early on the weekends, waking up early on the weekdays. To me, it's hard for me, especially with my work schedule and stuff. It's hard for me. Luckily, some of these shows start midday, like the one Friday, where I can watch it. Australia show, I wasn't able to watch it. I had to watch it middle of the day. And I've already told you guys uh, my whole spill on why I don't watch New Japan as much as you guys do. I do watch it on occasions, and I check out matches that people talk about and matches that people suggest I watch. It's being a New Japan fan. It takes major dedication, and major props to you guys that wake up early every pay per view that they have and watch it on a consistent basis. I mean, I have huge respect for you guys. I can't hate on you guys for what y'all do. It's a cat hair on my shirt that y'all do that. It's pretty awesome. So the announcement last night was Becky Lynch will be taking on Ronda Rousey. Champ versus champ. Titles are not on the line, obviously, but man, this is a match that I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to. I know we're only a couple of weeks away, so you don't really have to make a prediction now, but
you know what? Okay, let's say they did this.
Maybe having her first loss here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I doubt it though. But would it be really interesting if AJ is still champion by Survivor Series and say Brock wins the title, and we have Brock and AJ all over again from last year? Or what if they go a different route and have Samoa Joe win, and we have Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar title for title? Or if Roman wins, Strowman. I mean, to me, it's not really that interesting for the main event because it's like we've seen it before. But the other matches are interesting, like the tag titles. What are you going to do then? Who's going to be your tag champion? So that's interesting.
Lucha House Party versus the Bar. Can't wait. Can't wait for that match. But yeah, I mean, there's some potential good matchups. Ronda Rousey taking on Becky is already officially announced, so Becky ain't losing this title anytime soon, at least till then. Red Sox fan. Who else? We got the tag team champions, the Bar, unless they lose this Friday to the New Day. Looks like they'll be facing potentially a new champion come Survivor Series, and we have Rollins taking on Shinsuke. What else other than that? I think that's it. Unless don't they do like a special match? Didn't they do that last year? Like a special one. Raw picked one guy and SmackDown picked one guy. Or am I mistaken? Maybe I'm.
Team SmackDown and the best tag teams, and they did tag teams and they did women and all that.
Yes, Becky is the man. Becky is. So right now you're saying that Becky's losing?
I don't want her to, but yeah, I think she loses. I don't want her to lose, believe me. I wanted to say Becky's going to win, but knowing them, they're not going to want their big cash cow to lose.
It's going to be interesting. All right, so we had SmackDown Live tonight with AJ Styles opening up the show. AJ calls out Daniel Bryan and said that there is no need to apologize because they are fighting for the same prize. Daniel says he respects AJ as a man and a competitor. When he looks at AJ right now, he does not see a friend or a respected colleague. Says all he sees is the WWE Championship. Says that one thing that kept him fighting was the WWE Championship, and AJ stands in his way. Nothing personal, but Daniel says he will take that title from you, and you will do it on Friday at Crown Jewel. And that's when we get the curveball, everybody. AJ says that it is good to know, but AJ says Daniel did not let him finish. AJ says he is sorry because he lied to Daniels last week, everybody. That Pele kick, everyone, was no accident. He did it on purpose, everybody. Nothing personal, but he looks forward to doing it again this Friday. And that's when Daniel says, he feels like hitting AJ on purpose. And AJ says, you know what? Instead of waiting for Crown Jewel, fuck it. Let's just have this match right now. And that's when we get Shane McMahon that comes down to the ring and says, Shane says on the stage before, he says that we have seen this before, two competitors who want to go at it right here, right now, but it never transpires. And that's when Shane says, you know what? Let's do this. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. And it starts now. So, yeah, the opening match to SmackDown was AJ versus Daniel Bryan. in a pretty good damn match. AJ Styles retains the title. Match went pretty long. I think about what, 20, maybe 30 minutes. I could be wrong. But
Yep.
it
Pretty,
went
it
20
depends how
minutes.
long that whole segment lasted. But yeah, I mean, the match itself went pretty long.
But the news to note was obviously, yeah, Daniel Bryan getting booed, but I think it was because it was in Styles' home state. Plus, yes, AJ Styles gets the win. Daniel Bryan will not be at Crown Jewel because, the rumors were saying that he didn't, want to go in the first place. But what happened afterwards was kind of a shocker. Was Samoa Joe returns, everybody, and takes out Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Paige later announces that it will be Samoa Joe taking on AJ Styles at Crown Jewel. What did you think of the match, and what did you think of the new match at Crown Jewel?
I thought the match was damn good. I was enjoying it. And yeah, I mean, I thought it was a classic. I mean, you don't get these kind of matches that often on TV that you keep because part of you wants to expect someone to run in and screw it up, like the Miz or anybody. But yeah, they gave you, and like I tweeted this out earlier, we got this match tonight, and it was good, and they got as much time as they wanted. It seemed like, and would they have gotten that much time at Crown Jewel? We don't know because look how rushed Evolution seemed with some of the matches, and you just never know how much time they would have gotten on that show and the spot it would have been in. I mean, tonight they got to open the show and do whatever they wanted, and they went out there and they killed it. I mean, it was an awesome match. I mean, I enjoyed it. Maybe some people didn't like the match, but I thought it was really good. Probably Brian's best match coming back, I think, since he's been back, in my opinion, probably his best match. So, and AJ, one of his better matches in a while, too.
All right.
And now we get Joe versus AJ for the, what, 50th time in the last 4 months?
Yeah, and the big
Oh,
kicker is, do we finally see Samoa Joe win? Do you think we see an upset? It would be an upset, folks,
I don't.
of AJ Styles losing the title to Samoa Joe.
No, because I think in like just a week, AJ will break the record of like a year, having been champion for a year. So why
Oh,
would they
really?
just? Yeah, I think it happened like November 7th or 8th or whatever it was. Someone can correct. I'm sure someone in the chat knows the exact date. But yeah, I don't think it's going to change anything. I don't think Joe's. I think Joe's just thrown in there as a replacement. And just like I didn't think Brian was going to win the title at Crown Jewel anyway. So yeah, I think it was just a good match to have just to do it. But if
Okay.
Joe wins, hey, good for him. I hope he does. Good for him. But I just don't see it happening.
It's going to be an interesting match, but yes, a very good match to start off SmackDown Live. And we kind of also have to admit that you know AJ also had the rest of the mixed match challenge, so maybe that's why they
Yeah,
had him
look at
go.
that. I mean, look at that though. 20 minutes, go over 20 plus minutes, and you're gonna wrestle in a twerk off on Facebook.
Drew Gotti says we're going to get a triple threat match at TLC, probably in a TLC. Okay. Red Sox fan says, what a shitty title run from AJ. I doubt it. AJ is close to breaking Phil Brooks' record, says No Effects. If he doesn't lose here, he has to lose at TLC, says Zombie Shoots. DX says maybe a DQ finish. I wonder if Brian gets punished. I don't think Brian will get punished. I think Miz is the next champ, says Budweiser. Okay. All right. Okay. Some interesting opinions in here going out tonight. Thank you for all
Because
the
to me,
interaction tonight, y'all.
if you're gonna say Brian gets punished, and does Cena get punished? Type thing for not doing it.
Oh,
It's
but
like,
John Cena and Daniel Bryan are two different characters. You
yeah,
know that, though.
uh, yeah. I mean, if they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. And Brian just signed a new contract, so I doubt they don't care if he doesn't want to do the show. That's fine. It's less punishment on his body. So there you go.
Next, we had our usual holiday slash uh, whatever you want to call it gimmick match, trick or street fight between Big E and Cesaro. Big E gets the win. Anything you want to touch on with this match?
This match is all over the place. It was cool to see. which I'm sure Fox loved this match. But it was cool to hear that music again. I haven't heard that music in years. The Brood, them coming out as the Brood was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that was cool to see them come out as the Brood. Yeah.
Yeah, but Fox must have been just laughing their asses off because we don't want New Day, so New Day off their TV. But yeah, um, you know what? I mean, yeah, there were some table spots, but this match is so hokey. It was ridiculous. It was hard to watch. It was so hokey. It's like, really?
So we have a backstage segment with Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Jeff
What, you
Hardy.
have no thoughts on it?
I don't have any thoughts on this match. I it's just the usual gimmick match. They finally fucking done it. They've made Sheamus more right, white, right? Oh god, they're afraid of losing D-Bry. They're not going to punish him. Exactly. Am I the only one who is ready for the New Day to break up? No, you're not, Zombie Shoots.
Yeah,
I think
break them up already. Heck, how cool would that be? So, like what happened with the Shield. Granted, the other part of it was tragic, but I mean, this part would be so cool to have someone turn on, just like the Shield. Have someone turn.
I think that would be more shocking than Dean Ambrose turning on Seth would be.
Oh, I don't this time. I just meant like in general
No,
how.
like I think fans would be shocked to see one of them because I think that's the least thing that they ever will think to happen. Will the New Day
And that
breaking?
would make it so great because they've been together for so many years now. So that would make they'd be longer than the Shield was ever together. So I mean that would make it huge.
So yeah, no New Day will never break up more than likely. Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, The Miz backstage segment. And that's when Shane pretty much drops the bombshell and says the worst thing that can happen to him is to have his sister call a Raw superstar the best in the world. Shane says that the winner of the SmackDown bracket does not win it all. The person who loses in the finals will not have a home on SmackDown Live. So pretty much if hinting at, I guess they'll be moving to Raw. Yes, Budweiser, absolutely agree with you on that. Out of those four men, who do you want to see move to Raw, and who do you think moves to Raw?
So you're saying SmackDown doesn't win this?
If SmackDown loses.
Oh, man, that's tough. I would say no to. Oh man, that's gonna be tough because I think SmackDown needs star power right now. So I would say Jeff Hardy would work on Raw because they really could use another star like a Jeff Hardy on Raw. But I could see Orton going. I mean, I want Ray to stay on SmackDown because I think he fits SmackDown more than Raw. But yeah, I could even the Miz would make sense, I guess. But I think Orton and Jeff Hardy would really be huge for Raw. One of those two guys would be big, I think.
So people are saying that Orton, Miz. I think it's Orton. I think Orton's time on SmackDown Live. It's really what is there else for Orton to do? And now with Roman Reigns' illness, I mean, Randy, they need another big time guy on Raw.
And you don't consider Jeff Hardy in that level either?
I feel like Randy, maybe they want a heel, a top heel, and I feel like Randy Orton would fit that category absolutely great. I like Jeff Hardy on SmackDown because Jeff Hardy's given more opportunities on SmackDown. I don't think we would see him as much involved on Raw as we do on SmackDown Live. So that's
SmackDown doesn't have a lot of time either. So you could take a guy like Jeff Hardy and book him as your top guy again, and he would get those reactions that you want.
Yeah, it's very possible, but I think it's more looking like it would be Randy Orton. There's a lot of feuds we haven't seen Randy Orton. Strowman versus Randy, just the possibilities. Randy can continue poking Jeff's ear. That's what I want to see, more Rollins versus Miz matches and Mr. Rogers reforms. Hey, it could happen. It could freaking happen. So next we have Shinsuke versus R-Truth. And for a minute there, I thought R-Truth was going to win, but Shinsuke picks up the victory. Anything you want to touch on this?
It was pointless. I mean, hey, do we want to talk about Nakamura, how his title run has basically been nothing? I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but you almost want him to lose the title and just to do – I don't know what else he would do then. But still, I mean, it's like his title run has been really bad. His run, period, on SmackDown has been terrible. Ever since his last feud was with AJ Styles. I mean, really, that's his last – that's his last rivalry, really.
Yeah, it's a shame how they've treated Nakamura. He's done absolutely. Where has Shinsuke been? Catering, I guess. He just hasn't been used on SmackDown Live at all.
putting a guy on 205 Live, putting Nakamura on there with Finn Balor. Jeez.
Yeah, Ty got apparently hurt again. It just seems like they don't know what to do. I thought they were gonna kind of run an angle to where, what's up, England? How you doing tonight, dude? They were gonna run a type of an angle, so maybe where R-Truth attacked Ty Dillinger, because you know how they're kind of best buds, but obviously they didn't go that route. But yeah, it's a shame that we wanted Nakamura to win the U.S. title, and then he wins it, and he's basically become useless on the show. Pretty
Well,
much.
I don't think that's mostly his fault either, but I
Well, it's
think
not
it's
his
more
fault.
like,
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
I think a lot of it has to do with SmackDown only being a 2 hour show. They don't have much time to get everyone on that they need to. Like we didn't have one women's match tonight. We had a segment with Becky Lynch, but that's about it. I mean, no women wrestled at all tonight.
Yeah, what did you think of that segment with Becky Lynch
I thought it
before
was
we get
good.
to the main
I
event?
liked it. I liked the segment. I liked how she kept it kind of short and sweet. But man, after we just had a women's evolution pay per view, you can't find a way to fit one women's match on the show.
Very true. Red Sox fans put a wrong time to have him doing nothing. His contract expires in February. I think Nakamura is gone.
I will.
Honestly, I don't think it's. I don't even think Nakamura is going to say he's gone. I think WWE is not going to resign him. I don't think they're going to resign Nakamura. I don't. I feel like they don't see any value to him
So do you feel
because
like
if they did, they would be using them a lot more.
yeah? Do you feel like this was just kind of what do I want to say? Like it just didn't work.
It just didn't work. It just didn't work. It was a swing and a miss. They tried, and it just didn't work out. Nakamura had huge potential on NXT, and it seemed like it was working on that show because it's just run differently. You put him on the main roster, and you're asking him to do things he's not comfortable with. You're asking him to do things he's not, used to doing, like doing promos and doing all this type of shit. You could have kept him to how he was on NXT. But yeah, it's a swing and the miss. WWE tried. Nakamura tried. I just say you cut ties and move on. Because if you're not going to use him, why the fuck do you have him?
Yeah, and he's not the only contract that's up either. Isn't like AJ and the club, all their contracts are up as well too.
I'm sure AJ will be re-signed in a heartbeat. Rumor is Gallows wants to go back to New Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I
But
would.
the way they talk though, that they love what they're doing right now.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, they're
thing,
home with
it,
their
it depends.
family.
Yeah, I think the family issue. I think Gallows would be more than likely the one that would move. I don't know if WWE sees anything in Carl Anderson as in a singles competitor, because I feel like he's enjoying his WWE run because of his family and being able to go home to his family on a regular basis more than he would in New Japan.
Well, maybe not more,
Gallows,
but yeah.
well, he sees him a lot more than he would be if he was in Japan. Now, Gallows, who's single, I don't think I'm not sure if he has kids or not. I'm sure he does. Maybe could New Japan going there wouldn't be so bad as compared to Carl Anderson. They
Well,
knew
because you look
his English wasn't very good, but Vince wants you to do promos. If you don't, how do you ever be better? But Vince wants you to do promos. If you don't, how do you ever better your English? Yeah,
I
they put
mean,
him
but
in rough spots, man.
I mean, if you look at it with the Japan shows, the Red Sox fan and Bob Ruski can talk about this more. I think usually there's not like they're out there doing shows every week. It's usually just like a couple times a month or maybe less than that. So you're not there every week. So if you're not wrestling on
Yeah,
the
but
indies every
also with
week,
Gallo, yeah, but he, I'm not sure how much they make in New Japan, and I mean, they could be well off, but it seems like Gallows would need to wrestle more than just New Japan. Um, Honestly, I
yeah,
think you have to wrestle other indie shows.
you're home what 3 days a week or whatever it is. So yeah,
WWE 2 days a week sometimes, and if you're not getting used at all, you're probably home a little bit more. So, I mean, who knows? Let's get to the main event, which was Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio taking on Randy Orton and The Miz. I mean, did you have any thoughts on this match in particular? I think just to get you ready for the tournament on Friday.
I always enjoy watching Rey Mysterio wrestle, so that's always cool because he hasn't been back that long. So I enjoy watching him in the ring on SmackDown. So maybe I could be one of the few who like that, but I enjoy it. So I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good. Randy Orton, RKO, and everybody was nice too.
Why is Raw 3 hours and SmackDown 2? I couldn't give you.
Advertisers.
I mean, guest advertisers. I couldn't give you a legit, honest answer to that. Um, I guess I don't know. Honestly,
Raw getting paid more money to do 3 hours. I mean, we'll see what happens next year, but
imagine Carl and LC going back and seeing Bullet Club in complete chaos. Yeah, yeah. I think he meant LG. I mean, Luke Gallows. Anything tells you Orton isn't winning Friday. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Says Budweiser going with that wrestling 101 knowledge. That is true. How he went over on everybody, RKOing everybody in the ring.
yeah, I could see someone like The Miz winning that, but I don't know if we're going to talk about that more. But yeah,
Well, no, not really. I mean, who do you have winning the tournament on SmackDown? Who do you have winning the tournament on Raw?
um, I could see it coming down to like a Kurt Angle and The Miz type thing if they want to go that route. I mean, but maybe I don't know. It's tough to say how they're going to do this, but I could honestly see the Miz winning it. Just how everyone calls him a coward, say he's not a good wrestler and all that, and he wins it, and he can gloat about I'm the best. I won the best in the world tournament. I'm the best in the world. Even if he doesn't have a title right now, that would be the title he'd go around bragging about.
Yeah,
And
that's
out of everyone else in it, who really needs it? I think the Miz needs it the most out of all these guys.
that is true. I've seen that the Elite announced leaving the Bullet Club today. Yes, Kurt Angle is winning it. Says No Effects fan. It's gonna be interesting.
It does nothing for Kurt Angle.
It could be a possible Kurt Angle Seth Rollins match.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. For that'd be just the Raw finals, not the finals, because it's Raw.
Yeah. That'd be a good match.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, Kurt Angle doesn't need it. If you want to say Seth needs it, I don't think he does because he's tied up with Ambrose right now, and I think that's going to cost a lot of stuff.
Ooh.
Or you can go the other route and have Lashley win it, and have Leo Rush touting about how he's the best in the world. But I mean,
Bob Aruski says Kurt versus Ray or Orton in the finals.
that would be fun. But I still think it's going to be. I would say The Miz just because to me he's the only guy in that tournament that I think would really benefit from the title of being best in the world. But any one of those guys, if they don't go the traditional route, then heck, that would be cool if they did someone like a Rey Mysterio. Just imagine Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle. I mean, that'd be fun.
One more thing to touch on SmackDown Live. It was the Paige and Charlotte segment. Paige is telling Charlotte her match with Becky Lynch at Evolution was amazing and could have gone either way, and as if she would consider being the captain for the women's Survivor Series team. Charlotte says she doesn't think she's a woman for the job, and Paige tells her to just think about it. So it looks like Charlotte has lost her smile.
Yep. I think she's like what Paige told her. I think she's gonna. Oh, Paige, I realize you're right. I'm gonna lead Team SmackDown to beat Team Raw.
And then they're gonna lose, right? She's gonna go on this massive losing streak.
No, I think like Becky Lynch. No, I hope not. But no, I don't think she's gonna. I think Team Raw, SmackDown might actually win it this year. I think the Raw women won it last year. I
can't remember. Miz needs it the most, especially if he's gonna steal the WWE Championship. I can't stand Randy Orton. You think we're gonna finally get Brock versus Lashley, even though it's too late?
It's not too late for me. I'll take it now. Shit.
That's a good question, man.
Is it too late?
I don't think it's too late. I mean, it is kind of too late, man, because now what Brock's in, the situation that Brock's in, you don't know if this is the last time we're going to see Brock after Friday. If he loses, that is.
Okay, since they had to change all their plans now with Roman, with his illness. So could we possibly have a Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania?
I mean, I don't know. The way they're looking at Bobby Lashley now, I would say no.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'd still want to see it.
I still want to see it, of course. Anything else you want to touch on Crown Jewel? Any prediction? Brothers Destruction, HBK, Shawn Michaels, DX versus the Brothers Destruction?
Unfortunately, I think this time around, the Brothers of Destruction win. And so then it's going to set up another match probably down the line.
Everybody's saying we're going to lead up to Shawn and Undertaker eventually at WrestleMania. Where has Cena almost been? Good question.
Why not do it for just the... Let's do it somewhere else again. Come on. Just for the nostalgia. You want to do nostalgia? what would be more nostalgia than a match between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at Survivor Series? What would be more nostalgia than that?
Zombies, unfortunately, it will not be Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania. When are you doing Crown Jewel predictions? We're kind of doing them right now. But you know what? Maybe Thursday we'll do a special Crown Jewel prediction show. You down for that, Dave?
I'll be watching Impact for sure.
Well, we'll do it before Impact starts, obviously.
Okay.
We'll
So
do
before
it. We'll do
10:30.
it at the usual time, 9 o'clock.
Well, didn't we just kind of do that just now,
Well,
though?
we only ran through like 3 matches, kind of. There's more matches on the card. Maybe we can go more in depth. Maybe Alex can actually join us as well. We can even go over maybe NXT a little bit. 205 Live would only be maybe like a 30-minute show. That sound like a plan for everybody? Is everybody would like that, or would y'all like us to do our predictions now? Because we can do a special Thursday night edition show, just kind of a wrap up to get y'all ready for Crown Jewel on Friday. Oh, what's up? The bot is in here. I don't think Brock is going to leave for a couple of more months. That UFC fight versus DC not happening. All right, fair enough.
It seems like he's staying. So I think DC's going to retire.
And apparently, DC is wanted by Fox to join the WWE
Yeah,
comment.
that's going to be interesting. They want to bring. They really like him. They want him to stay. So that would be interesting if they did that.
All right, so Thursday night, everybody, we will go live before Impact. So Impact goes on at 11 Eastern, so we're going to go on at 10 Eastern. Get you guys ready for Impact, maybe even preview Impact. How about that? Get y'all ready, geared up for Impact after dark. What's that?
It comes on at 10 Eastern.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Impact comes on at 10 Eastern.
Does it come on? I thought it comes on at
No, it comes on at 10 from 10 till 12.
Well, son of a bitch. Then we'll come on. Wait. Oh, so wow, really? I thought it came on at. Are you sure?
Yeah, it comes on at 2 hours later from 8 to 10. It starts at 10 Eastern.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, then I don't know. I was gonna go say go live at the usual time that we usually went live at, but then the Impact would be on at the moment. So I mean, we'll see because
it's 10 Eastern my time.
We'll go live at 9:30 Eastern. Okay, everybody, 9:30 Eastern. We'll go live. Get you guys ready to Impact. So for some reason, I thought Impact came on at 11 Eastern your time. My apologies.
I'm glad it doesn't. Geez, that'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning. Holy shit!
Yeah, that would be crazy. So 9:30 Eastern. We'll do a quick little rundown of Crown Jewel. Get y'all ready for Impact, and that'll be it. We'll do our predictions. Maybe Alex can join us for a really quick show. It's going to be a really quick show. Won't be no hour, 2-hour show like these are tonight. It'll just be about a 20, 30-minute show. Get you guys ready for Impact, and then we'll go over Crown Jewel one more time before it starts on Friday afternoon. Let's read Impact spoilers and go over it now. No. It'll be a short show because it'll go by quick with picks. Yeah, absolutely. It'll probably – I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a 10-minute show. It's going to be a very, very quick show. But we do like to do our predictions, and fuck it, why not get y'all guys ready for Impact before it starts. So, yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. If you haven't already, if you're new to the show, please hit that follow button. We're live every Tuesday and live on every Saturday night as well. Special show on Thursday. Usually we don't do them, but we will be live just because of Crown Jewel on Friday. We'll just kind of give you all predictions and then, like we said, warm you up for Impact. And then Saturday we'll do our post show of Crown Jewel and shoot the shit, give over the rumors and news and all that crap with you on Saturday night. So, like I said, if you're new, hit that follow button. Please, if you haven't already, jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that as well. Thank you, everybody, for the super hearts. No, we didn't rate SmackDown Live. You're absolutely right, Bob Ruski. What was your rating for SmackDown Live, Dave?
I'll give it a 4 because I thought it was really having a WWE Championship match doesn't happen every week, so I go to 4.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Pretty solid show overall. Just kind of had its low points. Better than Raw. But other than that, I just give it a 3. I think SmackDown was better than Raw this week. That's for sure. Fuck John Cena. He treated Nikki like shit. I would ban the shit out of I banned the shit out of her. Well, that's nice. I'm sure you have a chance, Sammy Hunt 99. Message her that comment. Maybe she'll get back to you on that. Anything else you guys want to? I'm sorry, Dave. You want to say to the chat room before I do a special shout out to everybody?
Thanks for joining us, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you, I guess, Thursday at whenever.
And
And I'm gonna finish watching after we finish this up, Making a Murderer.
yes, thank you everybody for joining us. Do a quick little shout out to everybody for the bot who joined us, Bob Aruski, Mr. Budweiser, Red Sox fan, Bliss, Jeffrey Cross, Alice, Will Miller, Kevin, Debbie, Ted, Zay Simmons, Richard. If I missed your name, please say hello. Bliss side, I will end the night with my unicorn head on. So I do appreciate everybody joining us. We do appreciate all the support that you guys give us on a weekly basis. The follows, the hearts, the mentions,
Happy
the likes, all that mess. We appreciate it so very much. If you don't mind, please have a safe and happy Halloween. If you go out and go trick or treating, make sure you check your your candy, everybody, because there could be some bad stuff in there, some like marijuana or like uh, what else do they put in there? Like razor blades, right? Is that something else?
Tony, let me ask you something. Did your parents tell you the same thing? Always check your candy.
Yes, you always must check your candy before you eat it. So, make sure you do that and make sure you tell your kids, hey, you don't eat no damn candy before I check it. And then you steal a couple of pieces. I know all you do. Scary mask. What? Come on.
Now, Tony, are you going to trick or treating this year with your kids?
Yes.
I got some candy if you want to stop by.
Can you email them to me?
I'd wear a coat because this will be like in the 30s, I think, tomorrow.
They might. Man, shit. Bliss, don't be playing with my emotions, bro. But yeah. See, I even dressed up for you, fellers. So I hope you enjoyed the unicorn mask. It's a little bit of a, kind of showing off with the New Day. Hopefully, New Day pops in and says hi and sees this, and they'll maybe recruit me. Yeah, listen to the guy with the unicorn mask on. That is right. You got that damn right, Red Sox fan. All right. So appreciate you guys watching us again. So much love and support from us. We can't thank you guys enough. Remember, please go subscribe to the YouTube. I want you guys to win the giveaway. I want you guys to win your favorite WWE t-shirt, favorite wrestlers t-shirt. So please go over there and hit that follow button, subscribe button, because we want you guys to win. We're going to end you on some interesting Halloween music. I think you all will know it. And you should wear this mask every show. Maybe I'll wear it busted out on special occasions. But thank you guys so goddamn much. I can't thank you guys so much. Over 2,000 viewers tonight. Must be the unicorn mask. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support. You guys have a safe and happy Halloween. Have a safe week. We'll see you guys on Thursday for a quick little prediction and warm up show for Impact. Be safe. Have a happy Halloween. Thank you, everybody, so much. Thank you, everybody.